What is up, my fellow Michiganians, Michiganders, whatever you happen to call yourselves? Welcome to Wolverine State Sports Talk. That was awesome. I expected us to win 27-17. Got pretty close, but we dominated a little bit more in that first half than I thought we would. But man, I think we proved it tonight. What I said was correct. We're the better football team, and I think now tonight, I think you can go as far to say this is our division to lose. I mean, we're better than the rest of the three teams in this division. Uh, and if Minnesota decides to trade Kirk Cousins, I think that puts us in even better shape. We're already in great shape right now. I mean, we got a 2.5 game lead on them. Uh, but I guess the biggest thing you can take away from this game, honestly, is the fact. Well, two big things. The first thing I'll say is the Lions' run game is what allowed them to close this game out. Because in the past, if the Lions jumped out to a big lead, they didn't have a running game, so they couldn't chew clock, run down time, and then next thing you know, the team would get the ball just like that. The old Lions were so one-dimensional, and that's just not the case anymore. The fact that this team can pass and run, and that we have a dog in David Montgomery, and then Gibbs had some nice runs tonight. But Montgomery was huge in that fourth quarter, because right when you think this game's falling apart and the Lions, here we go again, blowing a huge lead, Montgomery just said, nope, I'll put this team on my back, churn away yards, churn away clock, wore down the defense as the game went on. I mean, that's just the formula for winning football. That's why this team is different. As much as I hated Bob Quinn, I appreciate the fact that he invested a lot in this offensive line. We have so much talent up there, even without Vaitai there. They did a great job. Um, I think just being able to run the football like that, that's what allows you to hold on to leads and keep and run or run the game clock down when things are going bad. Because that was getting a little bit stressful in the second half. But I said just pound the rock, do whatever you need to do to chew up clock and also get yardage, and we did that. Just a simple handoff to Montgomery up the middle, got yards every time. Um, yeah, the second big thing is, wow, the defensive line. I feel kind of like a fool for making that video 2 weeks ago because this defensive line was absolutely dominant tonight. Green Bay didn't really run the football, and Detroit didn't blitz at all in the first half, yet they got pressure on almost half the snaps. They got 4 sacks. I mean, in a half, that's absolutely insane. The fact is, I was on Lee McNeil 2 weeks ago. Man, he's really stepped up. He's been absolutely everywhere. Slim Aleem. you know, Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson's getting after it. Kaminsky got a sack tonight. Charles Harris got a sack, too. I mean, it's a team effort on that defensive line. Isaiah Bugs got a snap. I don't know why my phone is acting up. But, yeah, I mean, really just dominated both sides of the ball in the line of scrimmage. It was nice to see Jerry Jacobs get a couple picks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe I didn't expect us to jump out to a huge lead like that in the first half, but this game went as I expected. I expected the Lions to win somewhat comfortably. They did. And, I mean, this really sets the tone for the season. I think that's what Detroit just did. I think the goal of winning a playoff game is more than achievable, especially after watching this. Biggest thing right now is keeping everyone healthy. I think Brian Branch, as we saw, is super important to this defense. The second that he went out and Will Harris got in the game, the Packers went right down the field. So we got to do everything we can to keep guys healthy. I didn't like playing Branch late in the game, but obviously hindsight's always 2020. But yeah, there's not much for me to say. The Lions took care of business, and I like making videos like this. I like sounding stupid when I say things like I did after the Seattle game. As much as I wanted Jalen Carter, I got to say this defensive tackle group has really stepped up the last 2 games. And they're doing it against great linemen, too. I mean, the Packers have a really good offensive line, and we totally dominated them the whole game. It was absolutely incredible. So, yeah, I mean, the fact is we have a very favorable schedule this year. Detroit could win a lot more games. I mean, right now I'm seeing a team that can win 12 games, maybe even 13, dare I say, because this division is not good. We play the AFC West. We already beat their best team. We play 3 very weak AFC West teams, so that's a bonus. I mean, yeah, the cards are set up for us to make a run. To host a playoff game, win a playoff game. Obviously I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think I think after watching this game and watching the last 2 weeks, that's an obtainable goal for this team. So kudos to everyone tonight. That was an excellent performance, and go Lions. Have a good night.